Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of GST, welcome to our 172nd meeting. I'm extremely glad that we could pull this off, a joint meeting between GST and TMOD. Firstly, a big congratulations and an extended gratitude goes out to Jyotika and Rubina for attending our meeting today, and most importantly, to Sweetie Kumari as well, who's joining us all the way from Patna, along with a guest speaker's speech. Wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies, and thank you so much, ladies. I was about to say gentlemen, but we only have ladies. Thank you. All righty. My name is David Conrad, and I am the Toastmaster of the day today. You can refer to this as the Master of Ceremonies or the Jack of all trades. Now, in my role and capacity as a Toastmaster of the day, I am tasked with the responsibility to ensure that you have a lovely and a wonderful meeting today. All right? And I hope I can live up to that expectation. What I am going to introduce to you today is a wonderful theme. It's called Passion is Power. Now, have you heard the word passion? Great. I think everybody's heard it. Everybody's heard it. It's thrown around everywhere. People throw it here, people throw it there, people throw it in the dustbin, people throw it onto their children, children throw it onto their parents, teachers throw it onto students, students onto their teachers, and it's very generously and very indiscriminately thrown about. But it is such a powerful word. It has so much power that it can generate, it can electrify a person from the inside to such an extent that they can bring about huge changes. And one person that I'm particularly I'm a great or a big fan of is Malcolm X. Have you all heard of Malcolm X? Great. I know Shahid some of us have definitely heard of Malcolm X, right? And have you heard of his most talked about speech, the bullet or the ballot? Have you heard that, ladies and gentlemen, the bullet or the ballot? No? All right. So you have a wonderful opportunity to go onto YouTube someday, not right now, someday, and go through his wonderful speech, the bullet or the ballot. Ladies and gentlemen, with the pandemic and Toastmasters, they've had a very acrimonious relationship. The pandemic and Toastmasters International, they've had a very acrimonious relationship. Now, during the offline days, we would have so many people turning up, but with the online days, it's extremely difficult to get even 5 people to a meeting today. But what I'm trying to infuse into you today is let 9 of us make this meeting so wonderful that it feels like 90,000 people are attending our meeting today. Right, Simranjeet, what do you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sweetie, what about you?
Definitely.
Absolutely. So let our meeting today resonate and ring out like bells toll somewhere in the distance, and you can hear it 5 miles down the road. So let our meeting toll like those bells so that people all across Delhi NCR know that Toastmaster of Delhi and GST having their Toastmasters meeting right now. Okie dokie. In the interest of Jyotika and Rubina and Sweetie, a Toastmasters meeting is typically separated into 3 colloquiums. Now, have you heard of the word colloquiums?
No, I haven't.
All right, great. So you have a chance to look that up. All right. The other variation of colloquium is colloquia. So you can use it between a formal setting and a semi-formal setting. So ours is not exactly a very academic setting. It's partly business, it's partly casual, and it's partly academic, right? The things that we do are very academic, but the way in which we go about conducting ourselves is quite business-like. So this section, a Toastmasters meeting, Jyotika, Rubina, and Sweetie are divided into three colloquias or colloquiums. The first colloquium is the prepared speech section. The second colloquium is the table topic section, where you are given the opportunity to talk on something offhand without having been given the chance to think about it. Excuse me. And the last colloquium is the evaluation section, the most important part of any conscious human being who wants to be a great person one day. Like all great people have said, don't tell me what I'm good at. Tell me the things that I'm all shit at. So you want to improve on that. You want to get ahead and become the number one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that is how a Toastmasters meeting is broadly divided and categorized into. Now, to help this meeting go and function precisely and with precision, we have a general evaluator. He's like the headmaster. He keeps a watch on everybody's conduct. Are you saying the right words? Now, I'm going to be reprimanded for a word I used, but I just used it to bring about some emphasis. And you know what word it is, right? But general evaluator is going to pull me up for that word, and he takes care of everybody in the meeting. And he's none other than a very close personality that I met many years ago, and a person I look up to, all right? His head shines with intelligentsia, all right? And the halo that it creates is so big that it spins around Delhi NCR. He is none other than a very congenial, ever smiling I almost bungled it up. A very distinguished Toastmaster Shahid sir. Please join me in giving him a rousing welcome to the e-podium to help us with the general evaluator's role and description. Toastmaster DTM Shahid sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster David, the Toastmaster of the day. Good evening once again, everyone. And I believe it is evening or afternoon, does not matter. We are sitting under the lights of our homes. We don't know what is there going on outside. But right now, let's concentrate on this fantastic meeting. 9 members. And that's not a bad number for a joint meeting. Why is it not a bad number? The more could be the merrier, but the less is more interactive. And this shows today's theme in everyone who is here present, and that is passion, the power of passion, or passion is power. And when we are talking about I don't know if the theme is related to the passion of Malcolm X or the passion that we have right now among us, but I'll transfer it to the passion that we have right now among us. I also met our Toastmaster of the day around 3.5 years back. I was the president of this club at that time, and he also was the GST president at that time. He specially visited the the installation ceremony of our club, and gave us feedback that is still there in my heart. It was so passionately given by him that how much he liked the club. Had he been in Delhi, he would have been part of our club rather than being there in GST. And that was a big word coming from a president at that time. Thank you so much, Toastmaster David. And today we are in a joint meeting. That is how things turn around. That is how passion brings us closer together. Having said that, I am the general evaluator of today's meeting. I am going to evaluate the meeting generally on 3 parameters. The first one is the audience engagement and interest. The second is time management of the meeting. And thirdly, the preparedness of the participants. That is what I am going to observe, and the rest of the things are to be done by tag team. We have auxiliary role players, or I call them tag team. That is the timer, accountant, and grammarian team, who are going to come on stage right now and share with me the objectives of their role. So today we have the timer of the day, Toastmaster David, who is playing multitasking roles. He's going to give us the objectives of his timer role. Toastmaster David, please come on stage.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster GE, DTM, Shahid sir. In my role and capacity as a timer today, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to be looking forward to is how well you keep your time. For prepared speakers, please note that you have to maintain a time between 5 and 7 minutes. You will be shown a green card at 5 minutes. You will be shown a yellow card at 6 minutes, and you'll be shown a red card at 7 minutes. Now, the red card will be up till you finish your speech. I will give you no indication that you should finish your speech right now, but it's up to you to finish your speech, and I'll make a note of the time you've taken for your speech. For table topic speakers, you get a time between 1 minute and between 1 and 2 minutes. At 1 minute, the green card goes up. At 1.5 minutes, the yellow card goes up, and at 2 minutes, the red card goes up. Now, and it'll stay up till you finish your speech. You should ideally finish it between 2 minutes and 2:30 if you're on the higher side of your speech. For evaluators, it's between 2 minutes and 3 minutes. Again, 2 minutes, the green card goes up. At 2.5 minutes, the yellow card goes up, and at 3 minutes, the red card goes up. All right. I'm I'm resting assured that you will adhere to these times, and none of you will disqualify yourself today, and that you're going to be very, very punctual and timely. So, and I'll come back with my report at the end of the meeting when the general evaluator summons me to the stage. Over to you, DTM Shahid sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster David. I would now like to call upon stage the counter of the day, the most passionate and utmost active person in our club, Toastmaster Conrad. He is the counter of the day and is going to tell us the objectives of his role. Toastmaster Saurav.
Thank you, General Evaluator DTM Said sir. Good afternoon, my dear guests and fellow Toastmasters. I must say that Toastmaster meetings are always rejuvenate our feelings, our moods, and we should follow our passion whenever we are, wherever we are. I just came down from Bangalore, and when I came to know that I have to follow this particular role, I just feel with joy. So as a AHA counter, I will listen all your repeated word usage during this speech, and at the end, whenever I called upon for sharing the reports, I will share a spreadsheet where you can understand how many filler words and repeated words, long pauses you used. Understand that a flawless speech is a thing which we should maintain so that the listeners can enjoy your speech. Thank you so much, and back to you, General Evaluator DTM Said sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurav. I would now like to call upon stage the grammarian of the day. Once again, Toastmaster Conrad is going to take up this role. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Conrad on the stage to share the objectives of his role as the grammarian. Toastmaster David.
Thank you very much, DTM Shahid sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm on stage. I know you're going to get fed up seeing me on stage so often now, but in my role and capacity as a grammarian, I am tasked with the opportunity to pay attention to the usage of the English language. Now, I'm also tasked simultaneously with bringing a word of the day and the idiom of the day for today's usage. And the word of the day for today is utmost. Like, I must say that you are all at your utmost behavior today. Right? Thank you very much, Nupur. Yeah, there you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I must say that you are at your utmost best today, and you are at your utmost behavior. I am absolutely impressed. Okay? So utmost means of the greatest or highest degree, quantity, number, or amount. So example, Olympians push themselves to the utmost limit when training. Toastmasters push themselves to the utmost during rehearsals for an area or club contest. The idiom of the day today is ring a bell. So it means to sound familiar, something that you've heard or you know from the past. It's used more or less informally. And so there's an example here. That name rings a bell, but I can't remember where I've heard it before. Yeah, like sort of Conrad. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that name before. It rings a bell. I don't know, but I must have heard it at TMOD. So that's how you can use the idiom. Apart from that, I'm going to be noticing how we go ahead with our language usage throughout the meeting. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nupur. Over to you, DTM sir. Shahid sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster David. Guys, once again, I would like to reiterate the 3 general evaluations, the observations that I will be making in this meeting. And I'll be trying to elaborate them for the sake of guests and members who have recently joined GST or Toastmaster of Delhi. Audience engagement and interest. Now, what is audience engagement and interest? What am I going to look into it? So I'm going to look at all the audiences who have kept their cameras on, because that is something that we deserve as the participants, as the speakers on this platform. We deserve this, that we see the faces live on the camera. This is something important in any aspect, because it gives the person some power, some passion to deliver a better speech. So I request all of you to keep your cameras on, and those who have not, I would once again reiterate and request with utmost clarity to please come on camera and keep it on, unless or until you have any distraction or you want to take a bio break or something. Thank you so much. Second, time management of the meeting. I'm already seeing a gray card. It might turn into red very soon. That means that my time might be over. So I'll be looking into the time management issues. The meeting started on time and is going to end on time. Preparedness of the participants is something that I'm going to again look into, right from the sergeant at arms to the presiding officer at the end of the meeting, and all the participants, how prepared they were and how good they were in delivering the quality of the speeches and the roles that they did. Because why I'm not doing this? Because that sets a benchmark for the audiences and future Toastmasters to join the club and do replicate what they have recently or seen in these meetings. With this, I would like to hand over the stage back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster David. And I'll see you in the last end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DTM Shahid sir, for that very elaborate description of your role. I hope Rubina, Jyotika, and Sweetie, you are able to pick up on how the meeting is now going to proceed.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
All right, great. So I'm hoping that you are going to have a fantastic time today. I'm also going to alert you on the screen that I've shared with you. So I've shared the timer screen with you. It's going to be there shared right through the meeting. Now, what you can do is you can scroll your screen to the extreme left so that you get a gallery view of all of us, and you still have the timer screen on the side. All right. So you don't have to allow the timer screen to occupy your entire window, your entire window. Okay. Great. Thank you for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we've come back to power now. Passion is power. I remember one of my valued education teachers telling me that there is really no difference between the intelligent and the stupid. Good Lord. I mean, wouldn't that wouldn't that just make you go crazy if somebody told you there's really no difference between the intelligent and the stupid, Nupur?
Well, I'm sure it would, at least to the top 5, the students coming from the first, second, and third in the class, they would really be very much surprised with that statement.
Yeah.
At least they'll stop bullying. That's
Right.
for sure.
And then, but he gave us a disclaimer. He said, well, only academically. That only goes for academic pursuits. But otherwise, there's a very fine line between the intelligent and the stupid. And so we were all perplexed and we were wondering, we were extremely confused. We're wondering what's happening. How could there be only a very fine line between the intelligent and the stupid? So you must have heard this before as well. He said, well, the intelligent are too smart. They have too many questions and they really don't get on to doing something. And the stupid, they have no questions. They feel that they have all the answers and they get on to it. But the underlying quality out there that makes either one of those intelligent or one of those stupid people become really great people in this world is passion. You have so many PhDs that are pushing the pen and the pencil. And if they were a little richer, they were probably pushing, they're pushing the pencils. And if they were a little richer, they're probably pushing pens. And then you have so many people that you knew back from school or from your city or from your college that you expected them to not be doing anything in this world. And they are amazingly big and powerful people today. For example, look at Putin. Well, that's a joke, all right? But the common element that divides the intelligent and the stupid is passion. We need to be passionate. Passionate Toastmasters, passionate speakers, passionate politicians, passionate teachers, passionate presidents, passionate vice president education. We just need to be passionate people. And to bring out that passion a little more is our first guest speaker. And she is none other than Sweetie Kumari. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a rousing welcome for the wonderful, affable, and affectionate personality, Sweetie Kumari, who at the very last minute volunteered to come and participate in our meeting and to further, sorry about that, and to further the ideals of passion in us. All right, and before she does that, I'm going to call upon her evaluator. And I believe we have a TMOD evaluator today, and she is none other than Master Nupur, right, Toastmaster Nupur?
Surely, I would
All right.
take that up.
So she's just generally speaking. You can let her know on which parameters that she will, on which parameters, sorry, she will be evaluated or adjudged.
Yeah.
All right. So what I realized, what I've been told here is that Sweetie, you are yet not a Toastmaster. So I would be evaluating your speech on a very general level. We would be looking at the content, the structure, voice modulation, and body language. These are the 4 criteria I would be looking at in your speech. And I would try to follow the CRC approach, which is commendation, recommendation, and commendation. All right?
Okay.
Great.
So, shall
So I will come back with the report when the general evaluator calls me.
So David, should
Thank
I
you.
start?
Thank you very much, evaluator Toastmaster Nupur. Ladies and gentlemen, Sweetie Kumari, passion and power, Sweetie Kumari.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I am Sweetie, and I'm from Patna, sitting right in my home. So today topic is passion is power, and power is passion. So I would define passion first. What is passion? Passion is what drives you every day to get up in the morning and to repeatedly do something certain which you enjoy by doing that. Uh, Now, what is power? So power comes with confidence. When you do a certain things repeatedly and you ace that field, whatever ABC field you are into or working, whatever the things you are performing every day, which makes you tireless, which don't make you a stress or burden. So when you start acing that field, it becomes a power. It becomes the confidence that you can do what you can achieve, or you can perform that task or anything by the confidence which you acquire while doing or performing. That is the power. But when you become confident on the task or the work you do, it becomes it comes into your attitude. When you say attitude, it start attracting, you start influencing people, you start attracting through your vibes and the way you do. So people start knowing about you, and this is how you start feeling the confidence, and the confidence, and it becomes the powers in general, right? So, for example, I would say I would more go into the depth by taking an example. We have David. I know David since long, and he has introduced this platform. What I feel great about him, that his English, the way he speaks, the way he speaks, the content he has. I feel like he's more influenced towards the European country, and he influenced people. I'm one of the person who influenced by the way he speaks, the way he practice in English. Whenever I worked with him, I have seen the way he talked, the way he grasps the audience. So this is what his passion lies in it. This is what the passion lies in his way, that he learns English in everywhere. Like whether he is talking, whether he is addressing the audience, whether he is over the dining table also, he speaks, he communicate through verbal or non-verbal way. So here his passion lies in. Yeah. And then another example I would like to give is my, that I'm not very well speaker, although I try to learn from David. The I am My passion lies in reading. So I read a number of books. It was my graduation when I calculated that habit of reading. I was the math honors student in my college. I started attracting towards reading novels of fiction and non-fiction biographies. So I have read 500 books so far. And yeah, how it is, I feel very personal when I be with books. So I'm like a more of avid reader than speaker, but it's again, I'm building a habit of speaking also. So yeah, somewhere my passion lies in reading more than in habit, more than more than of a speaker. But yeah, I am acing the speaking habits as well, so that I can influence same like as David. Yeah, so passion is power, and power is passion. It all comes with the habits, it all comes with the action which we perform every day, so that we can ace that and make a confident person. Yeah. I don't know what, still time is with me, like I can speak more.
Well, you did perfectly.
I'm really sorry that I'm not prepared well enough, but I'm just materializing things. That what if I have power, if I have time, I can speak more.
Now you did just well. Thank you so much, sweetie. And
Okay, thank you, David.
you met the minimum threshold of 4.5 minutes. So you did a fantastic job. The evaluator had enough time to pick up on pointers for your evaluation. I'm sure she did a wonderful job on that. So thank you very much, guest Sweetie Kumari, and we hope to see you becoming a part of the Toastmasters family. You see the family out here, such happy people, and of course you're happy as well. There's no doubt about it. But it would increase the excitement if we had you as part of our membership.
Definitely, I'm going to join it.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to guest Sweetie Kumari for that very courageous and plucky speech that she gave us on passion and power. And you have 1 minute to send in your personalized feedbacks to Sweetie Kumari directly to her messenger, to her messenger. Yeah.
Okay, somebody has given me a good message that I should keep on going. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, for your feedback to Sweetie Kumari. Sweetie, you need to keep that feedback discreet. That's your personal feedback from everybody at the meeting today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so continuing with our passion for the Toastmasters ideology, the Toastmasters platform, the Toastmasters fraternity, we have another great Toastmaster Simranjeet Kaur with her wonderful speech. And her speech is, give me a second. Do you have a title, Simranjeet?
Understanding Leadership.
Great. Understanding Leadership. Now she's gonna tell us about how passion and power, along with understanding leadership, become an amazingly heady mix. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please help me in giving a thunderous welcome to our second speaker, Toastmasters Simranjeet Kaur, Understanding Leadership, Toastmaster Simranjeet Kaur.
Thank you so much. Anyone can be a leader, whether at work or in daily life. Whether you ask your friend to order a pizza or you're teaching your children how to read, you are displaying leadership qualities. It's all about the situation and the type of leadership. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Let's discuss the different type of leadership. In the initial 4 years of my career as a software engineer, I got a chance to work with two different managers. They had the similar work styles and similar leadership styles. They used to assign a task to everyone in the team, and they used to give them a deadline. It was not enough. They used to always also discuss how to do it. That was not enough either. They also used to pick in sometimes to know if it is going well or not. They were also wanted to get into details, which used to piss the team off sometimes. This kind of leadership comes under the category of transactional leadership, where the leader gives clear instructions to the followers and the followers need to work according to the instructions. This kind of leadership sometimes kills the creativity of the followers because the followers feel that they are not independent, they are not free to work their own way. Another type of leadership I experienced in my life was by my mentor at Toastmasters, DTM Shahid. He helped me to shed my fears and get out of my comfort zone by constantly pushing me to take participation in the competitions, to take roles when I was not ready, but I was not feeling ready. And this kind of leadership comes under the category of transformational leadership. As the name suggests, the leader focuses on transforming the follower. The leader helps the follower to understand their strengths and constantly inspire and motivate them to stretch their limits and to become a better version of themselves. My mentor did a fabulous job, and I'm glad to have him. Another leader I want to discuss about is my current manager, who does not like to micromanage, who just give a task to the team members and leave the rest on them. This gives the team a sense of ownership. They feel free and it boosts the creativity in them. The freedom and trust that they get to experience helps them to work effectively without restrictions. He's like a dream come true. I mean, imagine a supervisor who doesn't want to micromanage, who doesn't want to get into details, who's not pushy at all. I feel like the most luckiest person on the planet. And this kind of leadership comes under the category of laissez-faire leadership, where the leader leaves the team with a task and let them manage themselves. Another incident at work I need to discuss is when I forgot to submit my investment proofs for the tax calculation. I totally missed the deadline. So I reached out to the HR with a good excuse so that I don't look careless. I asked for her help in the hope that she would let me submit my proofs after the deadline. She empathized with me, totally. And there was spark in my eyes, hoping that she's going to help me out, that she's going to let me submit my proof. But after a few seconds, she denied my request totally, stating all the policies and the rules of the organization. It felt bad. And this kind of leadership, my friends, comes under the category of procedural leadership, where the leader performs according to the set of rules and they want everything to be done according to the policy. There's another amazing leader in my family, my mom, who leads the house completely. Everybody follows her. Even for the tiniest decision, she seeks opinion from everybody. Like what needs to be cooked for dinner? She looked for everybody's opinion, which results in an hour-long conflict about who doesn't want to eat what. And this conversation usually ends up with a decision made on the basis of what's available in the refrigerator and how much time is left for the dinner. This kind of leadership comes under the category of effective, participative leadership, where everybody in the team has given an equal opportunity to have a say in the decision-making process, which makes them have that sense of belonging in the team. To conclude, I would say there is no one fit for all kind of leadership. And instead of choosing one style of leadership, I would like to move from one style of relationship to one style of leadership to another style of leadership, depending on the situation I get to face. So what's your style of leadership? What kind of leadership qualities do you have and you are displaying till now? And what kind of leadership you want to develop? I would love to know. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for that, Toastmaster Simranjit Kaur. Beautiful. We know where the power lies. Beautiful. All right. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, you have 1 minute to give your personal feedback to Toastmaster Simranjit Kaur. You can directly message it to her. You have 1 minute. Your time starts now.
David, do you want to run the polls right now or all together at the end?
All together at the end, Nupur.
Okay.
All right, so there you are. Your time's up. 1 minute. Ladies and gentlemen, that was beautiful. I can see a lot of passion emanating throughout this meeting. There's a lot of passion coming out. And to reinforce that, we had two amazing speakers, guest speaker Sweetie Kumari and our fellow Toastmaster Simranjit Kaur. Beautiful, wonderfully demonstrated. All right, so with a lot of passion, I have now to transfer the stage in to our fellow Toastmaster Nupur, who is going to be your table topic master, and we move into the next colloquia. Please help me in welcoming Toastmaster Nupur, table topic master, Toastmaster Nupur.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster David. And I'm back once again, dear friends, with some really great quotes. Since we are talking about passion, and as Toastmaster David started with the person that he's really very influenced by, Malcolm X, the theme today is the quotes by Malcolm X. So I just give a brief, since we have quite a number of guests today, what exactly is Table Topics? Table Topics is impromptu speaking with the minimum time limit of 1 minute, maximum time limit of 2 minutes. I will be giving a topic and you have to speak on that when whatever comes to your mind on that particular theme. There would be a timer card which would be running. I am not sure if there would be an evaluation for this or not. Would someone be evaluating the table topics? Simran, can you pick that up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. All right, so we would be giving a quick feedback on the table topics, and let's start with the first one, the first speaker being a Toastmaster, so that our guests can get an idea of what it is. With a raise of hands, can we get a volunteer? All right, so we have Toastmaster David and Toastmaster Shahid Anwar Rafi, DTM Shahid Anwar Rafi as the first and the second one. So Toastmaster David, let's start with you. And your topic is I am going to tell like it is. I hope you can take it like it is. I am going to tell like it is. Hope you can take it like it is. Toastmaster David.
Thank you very much for that wonderful topic, Toastmaster Nupur. I am exactly like that. Every ounce of my personality, says black is black and white is white. There is no gray in my perspective. There is no more white and more black. It's either black or it's white. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best that you can be. And we are Toastmasters. No matter how much we gild the butterfly, no matter how much we gild the butterfly, the utmost responsibility we have for our fellow Toastmasters is to tell them how it is. If a speaker is not at par, tell that person that you are not at par. If the speaker is doing well, tell the person that you're doing extremely well. And this is how it should be. Because if it is this way, then what are you doing is you are helping your fellow. You're helping your fellow friend. You're helping your fellow Toastmaster. You're helping your family. You're helping everybody around you. I remember somebody who once told me, in fact, Malcolm X said it. He said that if you don't stand up for anything, you'll fall for anything. So if you don't have something to stand up for, you'll just fall for anything. Anybody can move you and shake you and take you into all different directions. So ladies and gentlemen, be that person to tell people the way it is. If a spade is spade, tell the person it's a spade. Don't say it looks like a heart to me, darling, but it looks a little black. No, it's a black spade. Over to you, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster David. But hey, you stole one of my quotes there. So I'll have to look for another one. And with that, I'm coming to DTM Shahid. So, Shahid, sir, this is a long one. So let me know if I have to repeat it. So the quote from Malcolm X for you goes, "We need more light about each other. Light creates understanding. Understanding creates love. Love creates patience, and patience creates unity." Should I say it again?
Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear friends. When I first heard about Malcolm X, I fell in love with this guy when I read all about it in Wikipedia, and then I went on to Netflix and tried to see the movies, documentaries that have been made on this person. But today I'm not going to discuss Malcolm X. Today I'm going to discuss the platform that we are on. We are all Toastmasters, right? We all are Toastmasters, and our mission is to provide a positive and supportive learning environment. What a fantastic quote that I have heard from Toastmaster of the Day, Table Topic Master of the Day, and it actually defines the coming of Toastmasters together. I will speak the quote now. We need more light about each other. one thing. We Toastmasters need to introduce each other to ourselves, to each other, so that we know more about each other. Because that light, that knowledge will create understanding. We will get to know of you. We will get to know what are your shortcomings, what are your strengths, should we encourage you to become a better person, and where should we tell you to improve on things that you need to have improvement on. So your knowledge, your light, your introduction will create an understanding. That understanding will create love among us. Please don't go on the love that the kind we always look into in today's millennial world. Look into the spirituality of the love, the understanding that creates love. And then that love will create patience. We are all living our own lives. We are living away from each other. There is no physical contact. The five senses that we are working on together, but on this online platform, we only have 2 or 3 senses working out. We don't know how much body language we are interacting with each other. What is the rapport building there? It is that we need to each other. So we learn to be patient with each other. And once we become patient, once we become understanding about each other, it will create unity. We will stand together. We will be at one platform, supporting each other like we are each other's alter ego. My dear friends, if you are not Toastmasters, join Toastmasters to experience this. If you are Toastmasters, write down this quote, learn from it, look at this quote every day and understand what it is all about. Thank you. Over to the table topic master.
Thank you so much, GTM Shahid. That rightly said, come together, form a family as a unit, form the unity. Well, I have seen Toastmaster Saurav's hand raised as well, but let me just take guest Jyotika first, and Saurav, then I will come back to you. So guest Jyotika, would you be able to share your camera, please? All right, thank you. Good to see that happy smiling face. Toastmaster Jyotika, so the quote for you is, a wise man can play the part of a clown, but a clown cannot play the part of a wise man. I'll say that again. A wise man can play the part of a clown, but a clown cannot play the part of a wise man. Guest Jyotika.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nupur. And this is such a wonderful quote and an interesting quote. It rings a bell because I practice Buddhism and we always talk about wise people. And the most inherent quality of a wise person is that they do not take anything personally. They do not take anything seriously also. Although they are wise, they may seem serious, but they do not take things seriously. So they can easily play a part of a clown. However, a clown may not be as wise to understand that the part he's playing and differentiate between his reality and the clown that he is. And so therefore, he cannot suddenly become wise. He's always fooling around. He's doing his, fun foolery, and he's able to, make people laugh. And he would think that, being wise will not really add up to who he is. And it is utmost important that, a wise man understands that, a clown understands that, he can easily be wise and still be able to make people laugh. And thank you so much. That's what I would like to speak about this topic. That was a wonderful topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jyotika, for sharing those thoughts with us. And that was great to see you and hear on this topic with you. All right, do we have time left? Can we take one more? All right, let's go to Toastmaster Saurav then.
We have guests also.
I don't see anyone raising their hand. Rubina?
Khushbu, Rubina, you want to give it a try?
Yes,
It's amazing.
yes, they should.
Love it.
They should. Toastmaster Nupur.
Go for it.
I will sacrifice my time.
Well, then Toastmaster Kushbu or Toastmaster Bina, you should go for it. Give it a try, Toastmaster Kushbu. All right, you know what? Let me not give you a quote. Let me just give you a very easy topic to speak on. Okay? Yep. All right. All right, Kushbu, great. Okay, a very, very easy thing.
I'll try.
Good. We are all there for you. We'll all support you. So, Kushbu, tell me the best way that you would like to spend your holiday. The best way you would like to spend your holiday.
Okay. Hi, everyone. This is Kushbu, and this is my first time at Toastmasters. And thanks for this easy and lovely topic that you've given me. The best way I would like to spend traveling is with my kid. I have a 11-month-old boy, and I have not been traveling for some time due to COVID restrictions and due to the small age of my child. And what I'm planning on my anniversary, which is just about to come up, is we would go to a resort with my baby, and we would spend time together. We would play with him, because due to work, I've not been able to spend much time with him. So that's what I plan to do. And just relaxing and enjoying is what I plan to do. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Kushbu. Kudos on that courage and congratulations on speaking for the first time on a Toastmasters platform. So great, great going. And by the way, I, mom, and my kids, we travel a lot. So in case you want to join the gang, please feel free. But it's only mom and kids, no one else is allowed. All right, perfect, great. Let's move on. Rubina. Okay, great. What do you want? A quote or something from the daily wear?
Something easy, because this is the first time I joined the Toastmasters, so I just want to start.
All right. So, Rubina, what is your guilt food and why? What was your guilt food? Something that you really crave to when you're sad, when you're upset? What is that food and why?
You're talking about food, ma'am?
Yeah, food.
So basically, I'm a food lover. So sorry, my name is Rubina. First, I wanted to start my introduction. My name is Rubina, and I'm here for the first time. So thank you so much for this platform. And about the food, if I'm talking about, so in my happy or sad moment, I would like to have some spicy thing, and like Chinese food. I like the most the chow mein and momo. These are my favorite, because it just lift my mood. And I think food is really very important in our each and everyday life, because like when we are happy, we usually eat some sweet things. Like it's a part of sign that we are happy. So we are eating sweet things. But not in my case. I like my favorite things, like to have some fast food. Yes, ma'am. That's all. I don't have many things to say about it. So.
Well, so what do you like to have momos with? The spicy chutney or the nowadays they have some momos.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great, Rubina. Congratulations on that first attempt, and kudos to you. Kudos on the courage and sharing. My mouth is watering again. So yeah, Chinese chow mein and momos it would be today. Great. Thank you so much. All
Thank
right.
you, ma'am.
Toastmaster David, do we have more time? Okay. Toastmaster Saurav, thank you so much for sacrificing that time. And
Pleasure is all mine.
I appreciate that.
Thanks for the lovely water mounting foods. Momos, we'll have momos today in the evening.
Sure, I guess all of us would be. So with that, I hand over the stage back to Toastmaster David.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master Toastmaster Nupur, for that very colorful session, beautiful, and a very impressive session by guest Jyotika. I must say that you're very articulate, and this is a fraternity that will love to take you. You would fit into Toastmasters like a hand into gloves. This is the ideal place for you, guest Jyotika. You should join Toastmasters. I'm very also very impressive is guest Khushbu. Beautiful. You're also very articulate, and you know, this is a wonderful place for you too as well. So you can meet so many moms here, and you also have so many moms with little children, or with whom your little boy can become great friends through life with. So it's wonderful, and congratulations to you for your bundle of joy. God bless you, and I hope one day he becomes a Gavalier and a Toastmaster. And last but not the least, to close it all, so so every time we finish with a meeting, there's always a large spread of food. So thank you very much, Toastmaster, guest Rubina, for making our mouths salivate, you know, and making it watery. So I'm going to be looking out. Okay, so I didn't hear. I thought somebody was speaking. Anyway, but you definitely brought in a lot of. You brought in a lot of taste, and most of us are now going to be looking out for those momos and for all those little things that you told us about. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the end of our second colloquium. Now we move into the last and the most important colloquium, and that is going to be presented by none other than DTM GE Shahid sir. All over to you.
Good evening once again, Toastmasters and fellow guests. This is the last colloquium of this meeting, and it is actually very dull, but it is very learning. It's more about learning rather than more about passion, but yes, it is very powerful. In this session, I'm going to bring in my team to evaluate the speakers who have so far spoken. And for the first part, I am going to bring on stage the speech evaluator of the speech of Toastmaster Sweetie, Toastmaster Nupur. Toastmaster Nupur is going to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Sweetie. Since it is a guest speaker, she is going to use the CRC approach. There are no objectives to be shared. Over to Toastmaster Nupur.
Thank you so much, TTM Shahid. And first of all, congratulations to our guest today. Congratulations, Sweetie, for actually getting there on the stage, not being a Toastmaster, coming on the stage without a written revised speech and saying and speaking out for a good 4.5 minutes. That is awesome. That is amazing. And a big round of applause to you for that courage. That is really great. As I said, you mentioned that you had not revised the speech. You had not written the speech. So you spoke impromptu. But then we usually do not really go into a detailed evaluation on impromptu speaking. However, since I did mention that we would be looking at the speech in the form of content, structure, body language, and vocal variety, I would have some commendations on that and some recommendations. So the speech was broken into parts. We started with what is passion first, describing passion. Then we started with what is power, and we just explained what power is. There were two examples that you gave to support what you were saying. One was Toastmaster David's example, and one was your own example, which was really nice. The content was good. What you mentioned about reading 500 books so far was, I think, an eye-opener for all of us. Your Goodreads list would really be a long one to go through, so which is really great. Some recommendations from my side, which, if I may add, usually we might have to give a speech when we go in the office. We might have to give introduction speeches, which would be good if we revise it, or an award-winning speech, or applause, anything. It's always good to just write down, just have a structure to the speech, write down the speech first before we go on stage for this long a time. What I see is that since this is online platform right now and everyone is doing online, it would always be great to have the camera in a landscape position so that a good movement, a body movement is visible, because most of the part, the non-verbal communication is through body language, which is really very effective that we have. And we can always, once you join Toastmasters, we can always look at some vocal variety always. We can share with you tips and tricks on how to change the vocal variety, how to put more emphasis on what is that you want to speak, and so on. So that is, those are a few things, but then again, that is a gradual progression. What you did right today was even a pre-icebreaker speech, and it was just fantastic, just marvelous, and great job on that. Thank you so much, sweetie. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nupu, ma'am. Thank you so much. I'm definitely going to work upon what are the feedbacks you have given to me, and it's really welcoming. I'm definitely looking forward to the Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nupur. I would now like to move on to the next speech evaluator. Toastmaster David is going to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Simranjeet Kaur. Please help me welcome on stage Toastmaster David.
Thank you very much, DTM, Toastmaster, General Evaluator Shahid sir. And I must apologize for a very grave mistake that I had made. I did not call out or read out Simranjeet Kaur's purpose and objectives. So I'll just let you know what the purpose is so that my evaluation would be in sync with that. The purpose of this project was to identify a primary leadership style or styles, okay? Your primary leadership style or styles. Ladies and gentlemen, what a resounding speech by Toastmaster Simranjeet Kaur. Beautiful. I must say the manner in which, so there's some very powerful messages you brought across to us. First is the manner in which you brought out the different styles of leadership, beautifully explained. All right. Also, how you chose, or how you had, and how your mentors affected your leadership styles. I was particularly interested in how DTM, Shahid sir, influenced your leadership style, number one, and also how your manager influenced your leadership styles. Very catchy, very impressive, and something that we can all go back home learning a little about. Now, I must also commend you. I must also commend you on the fact that you stood up right through the meeting, and you were quite good with your hand gestures and body language, particularly your hand gestures, and that quite appealed to me personally. And I would encourage you to carry on with that. Now, coming to some recommendations. Now, you know what? Everything is not perfect if it doesn't have that squeaky little part that needs a little oiling. Everything is not perfect if it doesn't have that squeaky little part that needs a little oiling. And that one or two squeaky parts in your speech was, number one, monotony. Simran, I expected you to come up with some theatrics. You know, when you're speaking about leadership, you've got to engage in theatrics. Pound your fist, you know, or fist the air. Raise your hands. Spread your arms. These are some common gestures of leaders. I'm sure you're aware of that, aren't you? Okay, so that was one. Number two, monotony. I was looking out for some modulation in your voice. It sounded a little like a radio. You wanted to sound like a movie with amazing sound effects. Just imagine going to the cinemas and you don't hear the sound effects and you say, "Hello, David. How are you? Are you fine today?" You know, it sounds so monotonous, doesn't it? All right. So pump in that modulation. To sum it up, great speech, well crafted, well articulated, and most importantly, you impress the fact that you know who's the boss at home. The boss at home is mommy. Mommy dear is the boss at home. Beautiful speech. I loved it. I would encourage you to carry on with this amazing speech of yours and your style. And best of luck for all your future speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster David. I would now like to move on to the table topics evaluation, and I am the table topic evaluator. I would like to start with the first table topic speaker, Toastmaster David Conrad. Most of the quotes from the chosen by the table topic master were from the Malcolm X quotes, and that was fantastic. They were long quotes, but they were beautiful and very meaningful. Toastmaster David did great justice to the title that was given to him. It was a very candid speech, urging people to be like what the title says. Instead of leaving gray areas, he urged everyone to be either black or white, which is quite difficult in today's times. Great expressions, good hand gestures, short sentences, and an emphatic tone of voice. The speech that was just given by Toastmaster David was actually an epitome of a prepared speech, more like a speech that someone has prepared, in which we have all the good things like the content, the body language, the hand gestures, the tone of voice, and everything else, along with a takeaway message. The second speaker was Toastmaster Shahid. I would request someone from the audience to evaluate my speech after I am finished. The third speaker was our guest, Jyotika. Jyotika did a very confident opening to the speech. The content was relatable to the title and the quote explanation was apt. A takeaway could have been a star to the speech. Table topic speaker 4 was Khushbu Rastogi. I believe she is a recent Toastmaster. She has a very confident demeanor, a clarity of content, a soon to be great storyteller is what I see in Khushbu. I believe that all you need to do is work on your confidence level in terms of hand gestures and body language. This is very important. You have good content, but what is required is your hand gestures and your body language. Sometimes people who are sitting there are not able to emote or work on these things. So I suggest you speak, stand and speak. That will make you learn better as a storyteller. Table topic speaker number 5 was Rubina. What is your guilt food today? And wow, she today made at least 3 or 4 people in the audience to relish the guilty food that they are going to have tonight. So all thanks to the Momo aunties near their neighbors that they are going to have a good time getting orders from all the audiences on this speech. This is what a speech does to people. It influences people. So I feel and I believe that Rubina, soon to be a Toastmaster, is an influencer, will be doing a good job in the long run, and I am seeing a good speaker in her because Despite the nervous start, she had a very smiling face, which really actually caught attention of all the audiences. Having done that, I would request the host to please, would you like to start the uh, polls, or you would like to take it at the end?
I'm ready with the polls. David.
Okay,
start.
I said, David, shall we take the polls now for these three roles?
Yes, sir, you can.
Okay, let's have the polls for the best speaker, and then the best speech evaluator, and the best table topic speaker. 3 polls.
All right. I am just starting if the polls now. Give me a quick second here. You will have the polls for the best speaker on your screens now, and you'll get 30 seconds to vote. %, okay, going, 2 more to go. 2 more to go, please. 1 more to go. I think it's Simranjeet or Sweetie. Please go ahead, vote.
I gave mine.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. Ending the poll now. Starting with the poll for the evaluator. One more to go. Just one more to go. Okay. Ending the poll in 3, 2, and 1. All right, last one, table topic speaker. Starting the polls now for the best table topic speaker.
Okay, while the polls are being conducted in the final stages, I will continue with the my general evaluation. I would like to call upon stage the next auxiliary role player, the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster David, to give us the report of the grammarian. Toastmaster David.
All right, I'm ending the polls now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DTM General Evaluator Shahid, sir. The grammarian's report looks very, very colorful today, particularly because everybody was good at their English during the entire course of the meeting. So there was nothing particularly that drew my attention that seemed a little incongruous or inconsistent with grammatical accuracy. So everybody was absolutely bang on target and perfect there. But what did catch my attention? Was the speaking skills of one particular person, and that is guest speaker Jyotika, where she was able to, on her first visit, use the word of the day and the idiom of the day. Wow. So kudos to her. Now, very seasoned people find it extremely difficult to incorporate the word of the day and the idiom of the day into their speeches, but you did a fantastic job on that. So kudos to you for that. Also, there were many words that caught my attention, particularly words like epitome. The word epitome, the word emote, the word foolery, the word tender age. I think somebody said small age, tender age. And then one of course was that got everybody a little guilty was guilt food. So a food that brings in a lot of guilt. Apart from that, everybody was fantastic. Continue with your amazing power and command over the language. And we hope to see that you help us and each grow in our levels along the English language. Thank you very much. Over to you, GE DTM Shahid sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster David. I would now like to move on to the counter of the day, Toastmaster Saurav, to give us his report. Toastmaster Saurav.
Yeah, thank you so much, DTM Said. Can anyone in the room give me the permission to show my screen?
Yes, I've stopped sharing. So,
yeah, great. Thank you so much, dear President Nupu ma'am. So here we go. So my screen is visible to everyone, I believe. Yes, thank you so much. So this is the general evaluations of AHA counter prospects. Our Toastmaster Simran, I believe she's not there in the room. She took one repeated words while introducing herself. Proceeding with that to entire session, we have our presiding officer, TM Nupu. She was flawless. I must say, our TMOD, Toastmaster David, has a very unique style of speaking, and this is very new to me, though he took near about total 25 crutch words and filler words, and post that I'm not able to count it. I believe it will maybe cross 100 plus. Moving ahead, DTM Said as a general evaluator took one crutch words. Then as a counter, me, that time I use one words. After that, I am not able to count myself. As a speaker, guest speaker, Sweetie Kumari took 17 total filler words, out of which 12 is crutch words. That means and one is the filler words, that is so. Speaker 2, Simranjit Kaur, is actually flawless, but she repeated 3 words. As a evaluator, Toastmaster Nupu took 1 words. In table topic session, again, Toastmaster David used 4 total filler words. DTM Said was flawless. Guest Jyotika used 4 total filler words and crutch words. Guest Khushbu used 2 filler words and crutch words. Guest Rubina used 1 filler words. This is all from my end. Thank you so much, and back to you, DTM Said.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saurav. That ends my team's report of the tag team, the counter, grammarian, and timer. I would now like to deliver my general evaluation of the meeting. The meeting started 10 minutes late.
Shahid sir, timer's report.
Oh yes, I'm so sorry. I missed the timer. I'm so sorry. Okay, Toastmaster David is again coming to the stage as the timer of the day. Please help me welcome Toastmaster David to give us the report of the timer. Toastmaster David.
All right, I'm not going to make it long, ladies and gentlemen. Speaker 1, 4 minutes, 35 seconds. Speaker 2, 7 minutes, 10 seconds. David, 2 minutes, 25 seconds on table topic. Shahid sir, 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Jyotika, 119. Khushbu, 118. Rubina, 108. Nupur, 344. And finally, David at 345. That's the timer's report.
Thank you, Toastmaster David. Okay, now I'm going to start my general evaluation. So I'll come to the time management issue. The meeting started 10 minutes late.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Once again, should we start with the auxiliary role?
Oh, yes.
Full first. Okay. I understand that we're trying to wrap this meeting on time, just very quickly. Guys, quick quotes, please.
So while the polling is being done, I'll continue with my role too in the interest of time. We are already running short on time. So the meeting started 10 minutes late. The meeting is going to end another 15 to 20 minutes late. But we can always give each other a benefit of doubt because it's a two club meeting, and a joint meeting sometimes does take some glitches in terms of time management. The Sergeant at Arms from GST, Toastmasters Simran, started the meeting with enthusiasm and delivered us with the what do you call the goal uh, of Toastmasters mission of the Toastmasters Club. Our presiding officer was Toastmaster Nupur. She again started the meeting with a quote and a share of about her content about the theme of the meeting. The ever present, the ever omni-taker of the roles from GST, Toastmaster David Conrad was the Toastmaster of the day. He has all the passion of a Toastmaster that comes. And I really enjoyed the poster that he shared with us with the image of him as the meme of Malcolm X. He had quite a good resemblance to him, and I wish him all the luck for following the ideas of Toastmaster Malcolm of Malcolm X. I was the general evaluator. We had the table topic master, Toastmaster Nupur, again taking multitasking roles. She did justice to the role with fantastic choice of quotes and her choice of speakers, because she chose me as the second speaker. Thank you so much. My auxiliary role players, I'll come to them later on. First, let me come to the speech evaluators. Toastmaster David evaluated the speech of Toastmaster Simran. He did fantastic justice. It was like me actually delivering the speech, the evaluation, because whatever I had written on my screen was actually conveyed to the speaker in the evaluation of Toastmaster David. There are certain other points that I will be discussing with Toastmaster Simran offline that will come later on. But the rest of the evaluation was bang on, and I hope Simran does take a pointer or two from the recommendations that Toastmaster Conrad has given. Toastmaster Nupur Avasthi did an encouraging evaluation of our guest speaker, Sweetie. It was an impromptu speech, and I am sure Toastmaster Nupur handled this speech with kid gloves. Thank you, Toastmaster Nupur, for making such good content out of this speech evaluation. I would now like to move on to my tag team. David, as the timer, delivered a very crisp timer's role. As a timer, we need to time the meeting right from Sergeant at Arms till the end, but I'll give the benefit of doubt to Toastmaster David, because he had multitasking. A TMOD, a timer, an evaluator, a grammarian, that's a humongous task to perform. So kudos to Toastmaster David if he has been the star of today's meeting. Toastmaster Saurav as a counter was very immaculate and crisp in the counter's role. The only thing I need to add to this is that as a counter, you need to tell us what are the crutch words so that the members know crutch words like and. These are also the filler words and, but, so, like. So if you just mention that these are the words that the speaker was speaking, it will be a better thing in the counter's report. As the grammarian, again, a fantastic job done by Toastmaster David. All I was looking for is how many people use the word of the day with their names and the idiom of the day. If that could have been disclosed, it would have been a fantastic thing. Coming to the general evaluation, I have already discussed the time management. The preparedness of the participants as such was fantastic. I have no recommendations on that. I'm really grateful that we are all seasoned Toastmasters and work on our participation very well. The audience engagement and interest. We had most of the videos on, most of the cams on, except for a few, and we can always again give some benefit of doubt to all those people who are not on cam due to their presence at home. And it is fine with me, perfectly fine with me. Having said that, I would now like to hand over the stage, completing my general evaluation. I would like to hand over the stage back to Toastmaster of the day. I'm really feeling intimidated by his personality and his taking of the roles and everything that he has done for today's meeting. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster David.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster DTM, sorry. Distinguished Toastmaster. I keep missing the D in the front, because it has my name starts with the D, so I forget the D. But ladies and gentlemen, do not ever forget the D when you address DTM Shahid. So, or for that matter, any DTM. It's such a wonderful certification or validation of your time with the Toastmasters and the passion and the power that you've infused and emanated and generated from the Toastmasters fraternity. Thank you very much, DTM Shahid sir, for that wonderful, incisively descriptive and general evaluation. Well, my job is done. I am going to hand over the stage now. You know that the concert is now coming to a close. You've had a wonderful time. Now we've got to call on the president, the presiding officer, to bring the curtains down. Ladies and gentlemen, please join your hands along with me in welcoming, with a very thunderous sound, Toastmaster Nupur.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster David. Let's have the results very quickly. If I can share my screen, and then we'll move on to the closing of the meeting. Okay, let's start guessing. And the best auxiliary role play winner. Any sounds, any voices? Saurav.
Thank you.
Best table topic speaker. Quick sounds, names. All right, that's guest Jyotika. Best evaluator. All right, that's DTM Shahid Anwar Rafi. Okay, we did not do this one, so let me just skip this. We'll take a look at this later. And let's have the best speaker. Any sounds for that? Okay. All right, so a big round of applause to the winners there. Okay, great. Congratulations, all of you. Now, just very quickly, since we are running out of time, raise of hands, unmute yourself. Tell me, who has heard about Colonel Sanders? Okay, Shahid sir, anyone else? Who has heard about KFC? Okay, four hands. Colonel Sanders, at the age of 65, was living on social security checks. And at 65, he decided that he will want to change that. He thought about his most passionate thing, and that was a chicken recipe that his family and his friends loved. He went to 1,009 restaurants to give that recipe, and all of them refused. Still, he did not give up. He had this utmost passion, and he knew that he will be able to make it. That passion at that age gave him power, and he was able to set up KFC, which we today are so passionate about. So just understand, what can you do if you are passionate about something? What can we do together when we are passionate about something? But also understand that passion has to be driven in the right direction. Today, all I would request before we close this meeting is to give 30 seconds of our time to give all our positive energies, positive vibrations, positive thoughts to the citizens in Ukraine, because that is something, I don't know if it's passion or I don't know if it's power, what is it? And I don't want to get into it. All I know is that is a very, very sorry state that the citizens of both the countries are in. And I would never want anyone to be in that shoes. So let's just send all the positive energy that we can for those people and give our blessings. May the situation get resolved at the earliest. With that note, and a big thank you to everyone, like to officially close this meeting. I'll stop the recording now. And then I will take some feedback.